I see the crystal raindrops fall, and the beauty of it all is when the sun comes shining through to make those rainbows in my mind when I think of you sometime, and I want to spend some time.
Hi, I'm Emma Sanderson, and one of the most important things about BHS Mental Health Awareness Month is to try to break the stigma that surrounds mental illness, and one great way to do that is to share each other's own personal experiences. So I'm going to share mine. Ever since I can remember, I've had symptoms of anxiety and depression, whether it be like me in my first grade class worried about what all of the other kids are thinking about me, or me at home with my mom and my brother, like worried that they're judging me and making fun of me. And I have always been so consumed by negative thoughts. Like, no matter what I do, if I accomplish something, if I'm doing good in sports, if I'm getting good grades, my mind always finds a way to make it so negative. And because of that, it's really hard to find motivation. I stay in bed all the time. It's hard for me to get up to even get food and water sometimes. And all of these things, they make my life so much harder than it needs to be. And one of the hardest things for me was realizing that nobody notices, nobody's noticing what I'm going through, and it made me feel really alone. And that loneliness was one of the hardest things I've ever had to go through, realizing that nobody is reaching out to me. It seems to me that nobody really cares, but that's not true. Just because nobody is recognizing that you're struggling, it doesn't mean that they don't care. It's it was up to me to reach out for help when I needed it. And it took me a really long time, and I got to a really low point to where I finally was nobody is reaching out to me. I have to reach out for help, because me reaching out for help can mean the difference between me being alive and me not being alive. And I finally got the courage to tell my mom that I probably needed therapy. And once I finally started going to therapy regularly, I got into it. I learned better ways to think about myself, to think about others. And I've finally gotten to the point where I don't care what other people think about me, as long as I think positively about myself. It doesn't matter if other people think negatively about me. So when I think about sharing this story and how scared I am of other people making fun of it, making fun of me for my mental illness or anything like that, I just tell myself it doesn't matter what other people think of me. And as long as my story makes one person feel less lonely in their own struggles, that's really all that matters.
Just the two of us, we can make it if we try.